All municipal governments function differently. Municipalities formalize standards and methods upheld by local government. Standards and methods are figurative of organizational values. Values are relative to a municipality's leadership style and organizational behavior. Each municipality lists specific interests in the legislative agenda. A term to define interests in context of leadership and management is legislation. Local governments manage goods and services and perform leadership duties. Management and leadership are significantly different terms. Leadership by a local government is contingent upon a municipality's leadership style. Representatives can use transformative, transactional, or mixed leadership methods. Leadership styles factor into the outcomes of a public interest. Transactional leadership is a common business practice. An example of a transactional leadership role of a municipality is a reward system. A local government can legally reward individuals for specific activities. Urban planning and community development grants are examples of rewards. A benefit of transactional leadership is the trade-off between citizens and the government. People can negotiate common terms with the transactional leader. Municipalities reward individuals for environmental and economic activities. An example of a reward is the Property Assessed Clean Energy Program, or PACE. PACE is a state-level initiative enacted for people to practice sustainability. A person could receive assistance for improving amenities in a home or building. PACE prioritizes water conservation, energy efficiency, renewability, and resilience. The program is a source of funds for a sustainable development agenda. Another transactional leadership approach is free services. The City of Amarillo provides access to a disposal site at no cost to the public. People can deliver vegetation to the site for free. For clarity, landscape vegetation or material the city accepts at the city site for free. An additional service a municipality can offer to the public for free is composting. A municipality can transform the organics delivered to a disposal site to a beneficial product. Mulch or compost are the types of beneficial products a municipality can provide to the public. Reclamation creates a beneficial purpose for sustainable waste management. A local government has the authority to perform hazardous waste management for free as well. Hazardous waste management is conducive to public health and safety. Specific characteristics differentiate hazardous and non-hazardous waste. Corrosive, reactive, ignitable, and toxic substances are hazardous elements. An example of hazardous waste is an automobile battery. The battery contains reactive and toxic chemicals. A battery is an ignitable product due to the potential of the product catching flames. Additionally, battery acid is a corrosive substance. A municipality provides more than transactional leadership. City government representatives can be transformative as well. Representatives can apply the municipality's values to transform culture and society. Transformative people enhance synergetic relationships and community building. A leader can be an ideal, inspirational, intellectual, or individual-focused leader. An ideal leader can represent the ideas of an individual, group, or society. Intellectual leaders can create intangible values. An intangible value is an intrinsic value of a moment, space, good, or service. People value specific qualities such as nostalgia, heritage, and natural events. Intrinsic value is not synonymous with the tangible value of a person, place, or event. The intrinsic value of a person, place, or event implicates meaningfulness. Intellectual and individual-based leadership are also transformative qualities. An intellectual leader can improve the human capital of society. Human capital implicates the level of hard and soft skills of an individual. The term is subjective but relative in the context of the domestic economy. An intellectual individual can prepare people for the workforce or personal growth. An example of a measurable human capital quality is higher order thinking skills. Higher order thinking skills differ from low-level reasoning. Low-level reasoning is a term to describe the ability to use base-level skills. An individual-based leader is transformative and able to sustain group relationships. A leader can focus on specific needs of an individual or group or individuals. An example of an individual-based leader is a proponent of a specific cause. Actions of a government's representative can implicate the organization's values. Municipalities provide a list of legislative priorities to the public. The priorities can represent the mission, value, and purpose of a government. Governments can prioritize cultural processes, norms, and shared ideas. Social norms and city council norms are significantly different. Social norms are actions of a group or individuals. The norms are general in context of the public's actions. Juneteenth celebrations and Martin Luther King Day parades are examples of norms. City council norms are actions accepted and regularly practiced by a local government. City council norms implicate a local government's priorities. Norms represent the council's objectives to a milestone and long-term agendas. An economic development plan is the milestone of developing Palo Duro Canyon. Palo Duro Canyon is the second largest canyon in the United States. Palo Duro Canyon is also the third most visited state park in Texas. Municipalities can enhance Palo Duro Canyon's visitors' experiences. A statement of the legislative priorities details the government's customs. Customs are norms city council members generally accept, support, and practice. Customs are accepted traditions and behaviors in context of civic ethics. The priorities are not binding agreements between the government and society. Customs differ from customary laws. Customary laws are binding agreements formalized in Texas general codes. An example of a customary law is common law marriage. Groundwater ownership is another customary law in Texas supported by courts. In context to a municipality's agenda, the customs primarily relate to social, economic, and environmental conditions. Consider the legislative priorities of McKinney, Lubbock, and Amarillo, Texas. The focus of McKinney's priorities are the 16 critical infrastructure sectors. The focus of Lubbock's priorities are social and economic development. The focus of Amarillo priorities are economic development and social constructs. Social constructs are specific behaviors accepted by a group or individual in society. Social constructs differ from social contracts. Social contracts are verbal or nonverbal agreements accepted by the public. Traffic at a four-way stop sign happens due to the social contract between drivers. The social constructs documented by Amarillo's councils implicates accepted behaviors. Amarillo's council prioritized the 16 critical infrastructure sectors. Some of Amarillo's prioritized agendas also differ from many other municipalities. The agendas include language about current events and geopolitical topics. McKinney, Lubbock, and other cities do not mention China in their priorities. Amarillo is one of the few municipalities that mention pro-family priorities. Amarillo also listed contingencies to support climate change agendas. Amarillo priorities differ from other lists in context of culture and social concepts. Regions in Amarillo are also priorities listed by the government. The government prioritized the city's civic center. The council also prioritized development in the city's northern region. The council also prioritized Pantex, Bell Helicopter, and the Department of Defense. A municipality could prioritize specific needs. Lubbock prioritized affordable housing, and this differs in context to other priorities. McKinney prioritized workforce development. This priority aligns with the city's agenda. The language and framework of legislative priorities implicate a council's abilities.